Hi, in this video we're going to be making a penny cage, very small. Give me just a moment here. Here we go. The penny cage. It is in fact made with pennies for the top plate and bottom plate. The wires are 14 gauge copper wire. I suggest that you practice your pieces in copper so that you're not upset if they fail. And sometimes it's a little fiddly to work with wires. So just give yourself some practice pieces, okay? The tools that we're gonna need: file, flush cutters, flat, needle nose, double action pliers. I love these things. Soft mallet, and a mandrel. Even if it's an old broken wine stopper, works great in order to make your bell, okay? So I'm trying to see if there's anything else you want to use. If you don't have pennies that are from the 70s or older, you can use 20 gauge copper sheet or discs that you can purchase, okay? So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy this tutorial. We are now going to work on cages made out of pennies, and these are in the 70s, 1970 era. Why do I want 70s or older? Is because of the copper content. These are able to be solderable. Anything, I think that the year is like an 86, but don't quote me on that. You'll have to Google it or look it up. And anything, when was the last year that pennies were made with a higher dosage of copper? Because now they're mostly zinc, and they will melt and stink and are toxic, so don't do that. I'm going to sit down now, and we're going to figure this out. We're going to walk through this because I'm not done pennies before, and this is going to be exciting. However, I just realized that I have lost two. I found it. Two of my new markers. This is a Sharpie retractable ultrafine point. I cannot recommend them enough. They're fabulous. If you don't want to use pennies, by all means, use 20 gauge copper sheet and get started. What do we want to do? We need something like a ruler. I've got something like a ruler. Just a moment though. Because we're going to need to draw lines through here. I'm going to move one. I'm hoping. Now know that this is already textured, so be gentle with your marker, your pen. I think I want to have 6 wires around the cage, but we shall see. I'm actually going to get a piece of 14 gauge and stand it up here so I can see how many. Yes, 6. So make 3 lines will give us 6 sides, and I should have divided that a little better. Wasn't thinking. We're going to be thinking on the fly here, right? Thinking on the fly. Now, I'm glad I got the other penny, so this will give it a chance. So I'm going to wipe it off. Give it a chance to dry before I reline it. I'm not happy with where those laid out. I definitely know when I come across the base here, actually the head, down like this. And because we're doing it, I kind of need thirds here, right? I know that there's got to be a mathematical way to figure that out. No, not me. I'm an eyeballer. I am going to turn it instead of the other. That looks much better. Now, what are we going to do here? I'm going to mark the edges because we are going to be putting divots here. And I'm going to need to be able to see over the edge of where it's been marked. I'm not really sure how to mute the noise while making a video. Maybe I can in editing, because we're going to be having to use the rotary tool. My goodness, I forgot to put a rotary tool down there, didn't I? No, I've got rotary tool. Good. So for me, I will be cutting my divots in with the rotary tool. Give me just a moment and I will show you the, what is that? It is a cutoff wheel, diamond encrusted cutoff wheel. And it works great for what I want to do. We also are going to need some, what is that called, for the love of me? Well, it's a lubricant for the blades. This is bench butter. I absolutely love it. If you have stick, you can use it, but I prefer the butter. I have some up here that I just wipe on there. So, here in just a minute to get the rotary changed. And I'm trying not to sing. I normally feel quiet with singing and I can't help it, but it makes it a no-no when you're doing videos. So y'all sing for me, okay? Y'all fill the gaps in on your side. So I'm just adding a little bit of this to the diamond cutoff wheel. I'm gonna add the extra right there, wipe off the extra on my denim cover. And I'm gonna move these because we're gonna be making lots of noise if I don't. I also need to put on my Optivisor for 2 reasons. Optivisor will help me see what I'm doing. Secondly, an Optivisor will work sort of as a safety shield and protect my glasses from being dinged up with stuff that's coming off of it. Okay. Let's see if you can see that. I can't see if you can see that because of my phone holder. Hopefully you can. Now, why are we doing this? We are doing this, hold on, so that my wire, what did I do with it? I just lost it. I lost it. Just kidding. I will have to get some more. And there's going to be a ruckus. How is it everything you need is piled under something else, right? So flesh cutter. Cut me a piece off because I've lost the other one. Let me straighten this out a little bit so we can see what's going on. A reason for these double action pliers. Yay! Okay, much better, huh? Cool. Anyway, the idea, the notion, that we're making divots for this 14 karat, I wish, 14 gauge wire to sit down in, okay? I will keep going until I can get that in there. So besides cutting straight down, if you push to the left or pull to the right, it's going to cut these edges, okay? So I'm going to push to the left, pull to the right, push to the left, pull to the right. And now I'm going to check my wire. So this is going to be a hurry up and wait game. Not quite. See that? Not quite. We're going to keep going. Checking it again. Almost. That's just almost there. Now, I can get a file. Let me see if I can find my squared edge file. I don't think I have one that is just a square. I should, though. I have an entire drawer. I got 3 drawers with fun files. And of course, I packed everything up close to me so that if I need something in reach, I got it. The problem is everything is right there. And I think the more accurate depiction would be if I could reach where I'm setting it down. There's a good chance I'm going to set it down right there. La-dee-dee-dee-dee, la-dee. Oh, you know what? Those are diamond files. Let's see if I've got a square one, because I don't use them very often. Well, we're getting close, but no cigar. I have a square, well, I just lost that one. Square edge on that one, so let me see. Try not to bang my head on my bench pin. That would be upsetting. Okay. So I kind of have a square edge here, so I'm going to try that. So if you don't have a rotary tool and you don't have a diamond cutoff wheel, you can absolutely do this. Get it started with your saw, jeweler saw blade, and then come back in and refine it with your files. I got that one stuck, didn't I? Yeah, no thanks. We'll be here till next week. Haha, we have one. Ta-da! Now, for the look, aesthetic, it's better to have it where the wire will set flush against the inside edge. Let me wipe that off so you can see what I'm talking about. Let me get it back in there. That's not quite flush in the seat, and I need it to be flush. So that one went. We're trying to think ahead of the game for when we go to solder. We need to make it easier for ourselves for setting up to get this soldering done. And I want to mention this, something I found out. My wire is too large. The 14 gauge is too large to go through this little soldering plate. However, you can notch them out. Can you see that? Where it's notched out. It will help a little bit, but not very well. And try not to notch out. I got 4 notched out together. 4 spaces on that one. I didn't do it on purpose. So, I don't know how that happened. The only complaint I have about these honeycomb boards is they don't last very long for me. Because I tend to use a plumber's torch. And it kind of heats everything instead of just a little place. Easily broken. Easily, as it's cooling, it breaks on me. So maybe I should have wired it together. Future reference, right? Okay. So now that we have figured one of these out, I am going to pause the video and go ahead and put in my others. Oh, look, my butter erased my lines, right? So I get to put those back and work my way around. I'll be right back. That took just a moment, and I want to show you how to mark your second penny. Use your first one, set it as a template on top, and hold it very tight, but be cautious and not to move it, right? And then mark. Mark, mark, mark. Because we're going to rub this off accidentally anyway. And to prevent that, we're going to go ahead and put in our notches before we start making them fit the wire. I hope that made sense, okay? I'll be right back. I'm sorry, what did I mean by putting in our notches? So you can see that it's marked. And put in a notch and work my way around. so I don't lose those guides. We need some more blade butter. Let's see if I can get some. There's a little bit. So what I'm doing right here is just notching so I don't lose the line. See that? Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and make those fit. Be right back. Hi, we are ready to start cutting the legs, the spokes, if you will, for the cage. So how did I measure? What in the what? I want the heads up, face opposite of each other. And this is the marble I want in here. Oop. It was. Now I have to go find it. Excuse me. Okay, I retrieved this silly little marble. Try not to do that again. Wow. I may need a nap, y'all. I keep dropping stuff. Okie dokie. So I'm just taking a guesstimate here. I have to do this so I can see. Yeah, I think it's going to be enough space on each side to have the little leggings. And I am going to do like I did yesterday, kind of sort of. I'll get a couple of the spokes on one of these back plates and then add the second plate and then start rotating it. Okay, so give me just a moment and we're going to get set up over at the soldering station. All right, we've got a little bit of a precarious build here, and I've got them set up. This will be 4 legs going, the top 2 here. Hello, found a hot spot. Okay, always use your tongs or your tweezers, or even pliers, y'all. And this is what we look like so far. Fun, huh? Let me throw it in the pickle. We'll clean it up and see what it looks like here in just a moment. Okay, we've got 4 attached on this side and we're getting ready to attach those, solder them on this side. Again, I am not going to be using flux. Just gonna go straight in here. The flux is already in the solder. Uh-oh, hold on. I noticed that one of the legs is shorter than the other. It's not what I want. Well, hold on. Okay, thank you very much. Uh-oh, too far. I think that'll work. All right, so I'm trying to push it up against that nut there to keep it from rolling away. Okay, B. Huh, did it again, didn't it? I think we got it right there. Ta-da! Let's try this again. dab off. And if you can, use some old rags instead of paper towel if you can. Just saying. Okay, be back in just a moment. Okay, the last two are directly on top. Here, I'll use this. Directly on top and directly underneath it. Okay, so let me get my solder and let's give this a go one more time. Uh-oh. I missed. Ouch. Okay. Woo. That was loud and obnoxious. Here we go. And the pickle. Well, quench first, then pickle. I gotta find my rag. There it is. I want to see what it looks like here. Okay, this is where we are. Right there. We're gonna put it in the pickle. Be right back. Can you see it? I'm hoping you can. There you are. Here we are. I've got the bell ready to be soldered on. I went ahead and turned that light off. Sorry about that. There was such a glare. I don't know if you can see this or not. Hopefully you can. All right, here we go. Trying to pull it through. Okay. Got that. And I'm going to have to give it just a second because I know that my tweezers are now hot. I use my charred up, what is that? Soldering pick. There we are. Ta-da! Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cool these in there too. Holy mackerel. Thank goodness for a pickle pot, right? And for a quenching bowl. Here we are. Okay. All right. The last we left off, the penny cage had made it from the pickle pot, got polished, filed, and then went into the tumbler. Since then, I took it out, put a patina on it, used a little scuff to bring out some of the undertones, just where I wanted it. I like it darker, I think. So I'm gonna leave it like that. But now's the magic, okay? We get to use our pliers to open the cage up in order, let me find it. We're gonna house this little marble. So here we go. I'm putting it back over here so I don't lose it. I learned that the hard way. We're gonna pick a side. And I'm thinking this one right here is where I wanna go. So, and I know that me having my hand in the way here is not gonna be too helpful for you. So maybe I'll try it this way. Maybe you can see like that. When you open the legs of the pliers, it opens the jaws, right? And we're using that to help open this up. So give me just a second now that I've showed you how to do it. I kind of need both hands. There we are. Too close to the edge. Okay, ta-da! Let's see if our marble fits. If I can get it out of there. Did y'all ever have those days where your fingers just don't want to work with you? Okay, it's not quite there yet. So let's try this again. All right, I should be able to push this through. Ta-da! Now the fun of putting this back together. Oof. What looks like is I'm destroying those wires, but hopefully I can straighten them out. And that's where these guys come in. Oh boy. And all we get to do is just keep manipulating that until we have it where we want it. Sometimes it'll go faster than other times that you'll be like, oh wow, that was so easy. Went right back how I wanted it. Today apparently is not going to be that day. Oh my goodness, here we go. Straighten out all the bumps and dents and dings. I've got a knot right there that I'm trying to move out. See that? Okay, so that is our marble in the cage, and I will work on that side a little bit more. But thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for allowing me to share with you one of my favorite settings, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Oh, I did want to let you know, I was also asked to make texture video, and I asked exactly what they meant by texture, to show you how I use my bits that are diamond bits. Diamond encrusted, I think, is the appropriate term for that. Diamond encrusted bits to create texture. So we're gonna make a video about that and let you know what each one does, okay? Thanks, bye-bye.